having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to RAP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts,
Kim Purvis
and Allison Robinson. Make sure to check us out on our Facebook pages, RAP Paranormal and Friends and RAP Paranormal Busters, for up-to-date show information and events. Hey everyone, welcome to another night of RAP Paranormal and Friends. Excuse me, we do have a returning guest. It's been a hot minute, but we have April Richardson of ravenrose Paranormal joining us tonight. So welcome back to the show! Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Now, for some of our new listeners, can you kind of give them a recap on how you got interested in the paranormal? Yours may be a little bit different than some of the norm. Hang on a second. Your sound just went out. What the hell? Try it again.
Crap. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
good.
Got it.
All right. Yep. I grew up living over a funeral home. My father is actually a fourth generation funeral director. So I've always kind of been around this. Growing up, I didn't really know what it was that I was experiencing, but every once in a while, I would feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this room. And I'm an only child. So if I was playing down in the visitation room and there wasn't anything going on, or if I was practicing acrobatic routines or whatever, every once in a while I would feel like I don't like it. I need to go sit in the corner. I didn't want to be out in the middle of the room anymore.
Right.
And there were two spots in that house. And the house was built, oh gosh, I'm like the 1893 or something like that. So it's an old house.
Yeah.
That I did not like being in. I just did not like it at all. One of them is like in the old basement, you know, those old limestone basements.
Mm-hmm.
Like ever since I can remember, nope, no thank you, don't like it. And the other one, come to find out later in life, is where my grandfather used to spend a lot of his time with his cronies. Like sitting down, talking, drinking coffee, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now, looking back on it, I'm like, maybe that was Grandpa.
Right? Could have been.
You know?
Possibility.
Right.
Anyway, fast forward to, I don't know, now. We were down in San Diego and taking a tour, like the old town trolley tour, and we came across the Whaley House, and I forced my parents who were with me to go through the Whaley House. That was fun. We both pieced out rather quickly. But back at the hotel, my dad goes, "How did you get into this?" And I'm like, "Well, really, it's all your fault."
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, it's all your fault. Uh-huh. So that's how I got started.
So how long have you been investigating the paranormal?
Oh, man. Ever since COVID, I can't tell time anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Funny thing about being fast, you end up waiting a lot. First to show up, first in line, then just waiting. Me, I rev up Chumba Casino. With over 200 social casino games, no slow lanes here. Why sit around when you can spin? I'm already racing. Your turn. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
5 years?
Yeah,
We'll say?
I would say somewhere around there, probably.
We'll go with 5. We'll just say it's 5.
5.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Uh,
Now you do, you've been to quite a few different locations and things like that, but you have one that is in Cedar Falls. That's, a lot of people may not know about. That's kind of opening their doors a little bit. Do you kind of want to tell us about this location a little bit?
Sure, I'd love to. So the location is the house that houses the Cedar Falls Women's Club. The house itself, it's close to downtown Cedar Falls, so if anyone who's listening has ever been there, it's kitty corner from Overman Park. It was built in 1868, which when you figure that the town of Cedar Falls was really settled in 1853, that's not a whole lot of time to go from a settlement to building a Victorian mansion.
Right? Yeah.
But it was brought to me as an idea in not early 2020, but March of 2020, when everything was shutting down. And someone said, "Oh, you should come and check this out."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, well, why?" Even though bored to tears because there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
"Oh, you should check this house out. It's really, really old." And I'm like, that's not always okay. Okay, yeah, sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
So I asked a couple of friends if they wanted to come with me. So this could be a giant waste of time, but why not? Let's just go check it out, just for the fun of it. And we just took a couple pieces of equipment, went through zero expectations, and it wasn't until we got out the SLS camera, we were in the front parlor, and there were 2 small figures that showed up, and we tried to talk to them.
Yeah.
And then they both dived behind the settee. Like, oh crap, they can see us.
Yeah.
Like, mind blown from the spiritual standpoint, right? Because no one had ever done anything trying to contact anybody on the spiritual side that's been there. And that to me was like, well, okay, so you're right. Place is haunted. I've been there a handful of times since. I know you enjoyed it quite a bit. Actually, we had one of Kim's birthdays there.
Yes. Yep. We did.
We had a birthday party and probably had the best response to a question on an ITZ device that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
I mean, when somebody says, "Hey, it's Kim's birthday. Can you wish her a happy birthday?" and a little girl's voice comes out plain as day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
And I almost fell off the balcony.
Jaws collectively hit the floor. We all took a breath, and then all of the F-bombs started.
Yep.
So
that was pretty cool. And I mean, we think that we've come in contact with a little girl there.
Yeah, a couple of times.
And even in the flower room.
Oh, the flower.
And that closet, when I was in there.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
We just haven't got it pinpointed down what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so many people ask me, well, who's here? And I'm like, I can't tell you. No one has come out and said, hi, my name is.
No.
Nope.
So I can't give a name. I can give you speculation, but again, that's pure speculation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Just got to investigate a little bit more there.
Yep.
No, so we got to get back there because it's been, year and a half?
Well, I'd say so.
I would say so. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Thankfully, the club members went from we don't really want anything to do with anything paranormal to you can have the place whenever you want. Here, we're going to start sending you the event calendars. Just call us when you're interested.
Okay.
Well, they figured it helps them out, keeping the place preserved and things like that, because you're bringing in money to help keep that place the way it is. Honestly, keeping up the maintenance and everything and keeping the electricity going, which a lot of places, some of them don't even have electricity. So, or heat.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, being in a place that has air conditioning and heat, oh my goodness.
It makes a difference.
It's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. That's a luxury.
It is.
I don't care where you are or how long you've been investigating. Heat and AC are total luxuries.
Mm-hmm.
They are 100%. Excuse me.
You're.
Oh. Had to get that.
My allergies. Thing. It's fine.
It's terrible. Anyways, the few times that we've been there, we've actually gotten quite a bit of interesting things. Kim had her little puzzles, the pictures, ones and things that she was able to get interaction with.
We got interaction with the flip cards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then do you want to explain the it was the walkies
and the baby monitor.
Yeah.
Kim's just laughing in the background. Do you want to explain it?
It's amazing.
Well, you can explain it.
I can explain it, of course.
You explain it better than I do.
Okay. So, we were kind of, taking a little break. We had set everything up in the attic. We had a walkie up there. We had a baby monitor. And we had one of Kim's, her night vision cameras up there.
The security cameras. So we had it all upstairs. We were downstairs kind of sitting at the table where we had the monitor to watch up there and just see if we see anything going on while we're all kind of down in the little auditorium area, right? Is that where we were at? Yeah.
Yep.
And so we're all kind of sitting there, and then all of a sudden we hear these noises coming through the baby monitor up there. And it's coming through it's through the baby monitor through the walkie, and it's only coming through one walkie. And then it sounds like the monitor up there is shutting off, and you can see the light on our end turning off. And then we're like, what? How did that turn off? And then we're like, can you turn it back on? And you can hear it click back on, and you see the light come back on. But then it started talking, and it was Kim's voice. And Kim was standing with us, not saying anything. And it's coming through only one walkie. And we had a couple of them sitting down there next to
I have 4 walkie-talkies.
Yes.
And 3 of them were sitting there on the table.
Yeah, and the other one was up in the attic. And so it was coming through all that. And Kim wasn't saying anything.
I was just sitting there.
2 floors. We're 2 floors.
2 floors in between us, and there was literally interaction coming from the baby monitor and the walkie up there down to us. It was insane, and
everyone was accounted for.
Everybody was standing there because they're like, "What's going on? What is this?" Like,
I'm a ventriloquist, maybe.
I guess. Somebody was definitely mimicking you.
Oh, definitely. I heard it too.
Mm-hmm. I think walkies, sometimes you can get interferences from other places, but sometimes I think they can actually communicate with you through a freaking walkie, as we have seen on other numerous investigations in different locations.
Absolutely. Wasn't it Edinburgh?
Edinburgh is insane with that. We've gotten a little boy on there, I don't know how many times, and then the time I think you were with us, we had that guy said, "Let me out of here."
Yes.
Came through one walkie, only one walkie. And then we took it down to one of the rooms, and I specifically asked a question. And as I go back, because there was times where it would click and you'd hear a guy kind of blurp on there or whatever. But I didn't catch it at that time. But on my recorder, you can hear the walkie go off after I ask a question, and it responds to me with no. I was like, what the heck? Like, yeah. So, and this last time, you weren't able to go with us, but we were getting stuff through the walkie again. And it was like the wind from outside. Like, we're like, what is going on? And it was only coming through one walkie. There was a time where you could hear Kelly, but nobody had pushed the walkie in there, but you could hear her talking like somebody had pushed the button in the room that they were in, coming through our walkie.
They took one of the walkie-talkies out to the graveyard, and just set it.
Mm-hmm.
And and then everybody came back. There was nobody in the graveyard.
Yeah.
And we were getting stuff through that walkie-talkie.
Yeah, and you could hear it was like somebody was pushing the button and there was just total wind. I know some said that it could be like the interference from the airport and all this other stuff, but it's like it was literally like somebody was pushing it and you were just getting the wind because it was so windy out.
And there was a couple of times it sounded like a voice.
Yeah. And it was like so bizarre.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's something I think we need to like try out a little more often.
Oh, I agree completely. Yeah, in fact, I would totally set that whole thing up again next time we're at the women's club.
Oh, yeah.
Replicate.
Oh, yeah, for sure, to see if we could duplicate it and see if anything happens or...
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
We get any of the same...
My equipment's ready.
She's ready.
Where and when? Because I'm going.
I'm ready.
That's right. So, with the women's club, if anybody is interested, they would have to contact you. Is that correct?
Yes. So one of the stipulations is that I've dubbed myself the paranormal liaison.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an official title. That's just what I call myself. They do request that I am there for each investigation simply because I am a known person with the house. And so they just want somebody there that they know and trust.
Right.
And there will be a member of the clubhouse. To be fair, it's usually my aunt.
Yeah. Woo!
Aunt Jane.
But yeah, they would just need to go ahead and reach out to me. And then we would go ahead and partner with the clubhouse to find out when, if you have a couple dates in mind, see what's available, go ahead and get that on the calendar. Mm-hmm. The cost is $300 for an investigation. They do require a $150 deposit to secure the date. just like a lot of places do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they have voted that we can now stay until 2:00 in the morning if things are going really good. Yeah, before we had to be out by midnight.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm impressed. They're really, really starting to embrace this.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely something there.
Oh gosh, they were having last winter. They had their kitchen replaced, like floors, new stoves. I mean, everything, top to bottom.
Mm-hmm.
He had a plumber working in the basement who was doing something, apparently turned around, saw an apparition, scared him to death, ran upstairs, found the manager and said, "Do you have something here?" And he goes, "Yeah, but they're friendly, like Casper." And apparently the work got done in record time.
Because he's like, I ain't sticking around.
He's like,
for
I'm
this.
not sitting here any longer than I gotta be.
Yeah. I guess that's one way maybe we could get things done a lot faster is if we tell them that our houses are haunted, and then maybe any work we're having done.
Well, some of them would probably just leave.
Yeah, some of them
Right. But, hey, if you leave the good tools, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah. That was just, I was like, okay, well, hey, whatever works.
Yeah, that would be hilarious, honestly. I would love to see that. You see it in movies, but to actually have that happen in real life
I know.
would be kind of comical.
Yeah.
I'd probably just laugh, but that's just me.
And now the house manager is saying good morning and good evening every time she walks in, like, "Hello, spirits, good morning, how are you?" And I'm like, oh, I love that. That's fantastic.
That's nice, because then it makes them, it makes them feel like, that somebody knows that they're there. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just disappeared into nothingness,
Exactly. I mean, there are people. They were people.
Right.
I'm not sure exactly who they were or why they're there, but they're there.
Right. So just let them be there.
That's right. Just being polite.
Darren says, if we bring you chocolate, do we get it for free?
No.
Nice try. Nice try.
Nice try. Nice try. Appreciate it. Good question.
Now, what was your very first good piece of data or evidence that you've collected from an investigation?
Oh, man. Wow. Okay, that's a good question. I would say probably the very first, mind blowing, holy crap, this actually happened moment was at Farrar School when I saw my first creeper.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting up with what they call the principal's office on those, just looking down the third floor hallway.
Right.
And there was a shadow crawling on the floor, darker and dark, no real shape to it. And went through my, there's sunlight coming in. No, there's doors that are not moving because there's absolutely no breeze because I'm sweating to death. And, just kind of going through those rationalizations of what could this possibly be?
Yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't Kim.
Shadow bit. And then clicking on my flashlight and then nothing there and kind of going, oh, okay, so that just happened.
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about them, but I've never seen one for myself, and then was like, oh my God, that just happened. That was so cool.
I saw something when we went to Ashmore. We were all upstairs, and when Cynthia was doing her pendulum, I saw a dark shadow-like thing up on the ceiling.
Yep.
And we were getting a bunch of weird stuff, but and she was getting stuff on the pendulum about it, but that was weird. I don't think I've ever seen something quite like that, and especially on the ceiling.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything on the ceiling. That's going to be something entirely new. But to see what they would call, a creeper was the first kind of like holy crap type situation.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody asks, "Oh, are you scared?" I'm like, no, I'm really curious and I want it to happen again.
Oh,
there was the noise down a long spooky hallway. Let me run towards it. Yay!
Right? Yeah, exactly. I don't know why we think. What is wrong with us to think that that's okay?
No, like, oh, not a problem. Let's go here.
Yeah. Exactly.
The three of us, if you, me, and Cynthia on death row at Missouri State Pen all by ourselves.
Oh yeah, that was something else.
And we're just kind of like chilling out, hanging out, and all these shadow figures are, ducking. And we're just kind of like, sup, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah.
Like nothing. Didn't we play some music too?
Yes, we did. Good. And then the train came around the corner and I started singing Folsom Prison Blues.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. Gosh. That was a very good night also, I think. We had a lot out by the old jail cells that they dug up.
The old jail cells.
Yeah. Those like 1850s or something like that.
Yeah.
The ones that had been buried underground, those were crazy.
Yeah, a lot of stuff like the music box and everything going off.
Rebecca agrees with me. We need to go back.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, that would.
Yes, we did.
My cousins want to go so bad, and I'm like, I'll check into it. Give me time.
You gotta plan a few months in advance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, kind of have to. It's
save up for it.
Right? I know. Oh my gosh, I have to sell a kidney.
Yeah.
It's not that bad, but no, you do have to save up for it. But it's worth it. It's totally worth it.
It is worth it.
It's definitely worth it. It's just, it's coming up with that money.
Yeah.
But when you think you have the entire place to yourself.
Right. I know.
That was, I think, to me, probably one of the most impressive things too. I mean, granted, you had, the staffers there to make sure you didn't like fall down and hit your head on something, but
right, yeah. They stayed out of your way.
They did. I think, honestly, I think when we started pulling out all the gear, but the coffee pot, the teapot, the hot chocolate, you're like, this is not their first rodeo.
Yeah. We
They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Yeah, we're going to be okay with these guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I only saw one roaming the ground once the whole time.
Yeah.
We were
investigating. Yeah. For everybody listening, we were there in November. It was like the last week they were open for the season. It was cold.
Yeah, it was.
And they were telling us, somebody will be around every hour to check on you. And I didn't see anybody the entire night.
No, I think the only time was, didn't that one gal like take us down to the gas chambers?
Yeah. That was it.
That was it. Otherwise, it was like, bye, you're on your own. We're staying here.
We're staying here. We ordered pizza. Bye. You're on your own.
Yeah. Right.
We were all good, though.
Yes.
Oh, we were. It was great.
Yeah, it was. Now, let's go back here a little bit, because I know you've got some equipment, but what was your very first piece of equipment?
Probably a K2 meter.
Okay.
K2 meter, and then downloaded the Spiritus app on my phone. Because my very, very first investigation was with a handful of other girls, and it was actually out in Edinburgh.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing. Thought we did. Thought we were cool. No clue. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think it was the KC meter and then the Spiritus app were the two things I had. That and a flashlight. That was it. And it was one of those things where everything that came across Spiritus, you're like, what was that? What was that? What was that?
Yeah.
Because what it meant or how to work it or anything like that. You just figured everything was legit, and that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's funny. Your very first one was Edinburgh, and our very first one was Villisca. We hit some of the heavy hitters. We came out of the gate like full balls to the wall.
Swinging.
Yeah.
I know, and it's so funny because I'm like, anybody who's looking to get into it, Granger House is really good to get started. Mason House Inn is really good to get started. Cedar Falls Women's Club. There's nothing there that's really scary, but you'll get good interaction. Yeah. Here we are, Edinburgh and Villisca. I love that.
Yeah, now, do I recommend that? Probably not, but
Well, we had 2 beginners at Edinburgh for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
They've never been on one, and we took them to Edinburgh.
Oh yeah, so they got a
Taryn and who? Taryn and who?
It was Tammy and
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Julie, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
But they got to see the ball coming out of the doll's hand and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was kind of a quiet night, but we did have some interaction with that damn doll once again.
Yeah, you and
What doll?
The doll is in the rape, they call the rape room.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We carried it around with us in different rooms, and I put my cat balls in both hands. And we were upstairs on the second floor in the blue room. They call it the blue room. Mm-hmm. We set her down in a chair, and we say, "Can you throw those at Allison?" And nothing happened. Then the next thing we know, both balls went towards Allison.
Yeah.
There's so many jokes I can make right now.
Man, hey, we made it pretty good before going down the rabbit hole. 7:30, and we're just now getting down the rabbit hole.
No, I'm just saying, you and the dolls, though. I don't know what it is about you and the creepy ass haunted dolls, but yeah.
I don't know. There was something vibing with that doll, and
we took it up to the coffin room.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I put the cat ball on her head because I'm going, well, she's thrown it out, Allison. Let's set it on top of her head. And then there was a teddy bear sitting on the bench, so I put the cat ball on the teddy bear. It'd go from her head going off, and then the teddy bear. Then it would her head, then the teddy bear. And then it was just the teddy bear after that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I know. And the thing is that when the ball would go off on the doll, like when we were down in the rape room, that K2 switched positions. Like, it moved.
The K2 moved, and you guys said, you and Mama Pat said you saw the feet move.
Yeah, and so did Stephanie. Yeah, we saw one of her feet.
I wasn't.
Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Because I was like, they said it. They both said it at the same time, and I'm like, okay, that didn't happen. And then later, I'm watching her, and then all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, her foot just moved. Like, what just happened? Like, okay. But
you can keep it all. You got that's a you thing. You all own that and enjoy it, and I don't need to be a part of dolls moving.
Yes, you do.
No, because I'm gonna need an old priest and a young priest and a whole bunch of holy water. Because
As I'm sitting here with dolls behind me.
Yeah, I see that. Thank you.
And I get to go home to dolls.
Yes, but see, that's something you enjoy, and I do not, so I don't have any.
Gosh.
I just have a dog sitting here at my feet looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm talking to no one.
He's like, who are you talking to? Because it's not me.
It's not me. You're not playing fetch. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh my goodness.
Very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably giving you one of those looks.
Now, what investigations do you have lined up?
So let's see. Well, in a couple of weeks, I'm heading down to New Orleans with some friends for a week.
Cool.
Just to check that out. So that'll be fun. I mean, the area is haunted, so.
Oh yeah, that's on my bucket list. I want to get down there so bad.
I'm gonna hide in April's suitcase.
Because you would fit.
And then the first weekend of May, I'm actually hosting another junior investigation at Granger House.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm.
The mother of one of the boys that was at the first one that I did a couple years ago reached out again, and he's got a buddy who wants to come too. So it's going to be 2 kids and 2 moms and myself at Granger.
Cool. Oh, cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So they're super excited. And then after that is Mason House.
Mm-hmm.
And the weekend of Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see what else I've got on the calendar. And that's it for a little bit, actually.
Wow.
I know. It gets really, really busy and then kind of breaks off for a little bit. So maybe we can get to the women's club here coming up.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see, we've got the Beatty House this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Garrett House.
Garnett. The
Garnett Hotel.
Ooh, where's that?
Kansas.
Uh-huh.
Garnett.
Yeah.
Oh, Carney? Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can't wait to hear about that.
That's all we've got until Melbourne.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we're working around everybody's schedules and kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you guys are coming to Mason House, though, that weekend, right?
When is it? Mother's Day weekend?
The Mother's Day weekend, the Saturday of Mother's Day weekend.
I didn't know anything about it.
You were on the chat. Stop saying that.
I was?
Oh, I don't think I have anything on it.
Let me check my chat.
She's like, I don't know. I don't have anything on it.
I've got the receipt.
Let's see.
It's been a hot minute since I've posted anything, but yeah, because I need to get on that. And I apologize if you hear the beast growling. He's decided to wake up and be ferocious at somebody walking by.
That's okay, no worries.
Let's see.
She's like scrolling.
Oh no, it's been a hot minute. I'm serious.
I found it. You last time you posted was February 2nd. That's why I don't remember.
Oh my lord. I guess I will beats.
I need to get on that, but yeah.
Because I don't think I have anything that weekend.
Let's see.
Because I have you 2 down as coming.
That's fine. I don't have it on my calendar, so I have no idea. But I'm game.
Organized in this field. We're super organized. I mean,
yeah, right. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's right. Because we all couldn't decide on a date at first. I'm going through all the comments here.
Right. And then everyone's like, yeah, that date works for me. So I reached out to Chris and Faye, and they're like, yeah, that date's open. And everyone's like, oh, crap, it's Mother's Day. I'm like, well, I already just made the deposit.
I think I brought it up to you. You said you didn't have anything going on that day.
I guess I must be smoking something or forgot because, yeah, I don't have it on my calendar. But I should be good to go.
Okay. Anyway.
I'll be there one way or another.
We'll figure it out. We always do.
Yep, that's all right. Well, that's all right. Gosh. Oh, I'm losing my marbles.
Same.
I have to literally put everything on a calendar and set alerts because I forget everything.
I always love when people are like, oh, do you want a text reminder or an email reminder or a phone call? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, right? Something you gotta remind me.
You mean we're going to investigate the Mason House instead of drink wine?
Yeah.
Because last time we went, We drank wine instead of
Yeah, we
investigating.
did. That was a fun time, though.
Yes, it was.
That was fun, especially when Kelly's son woke up, he passed down underneath the table and bonked his head.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay, because now I'm laughing.
Yeah. Gosh, I really didn't expect him to be up so early the next morning.
No.
I wouldn't have been. Oh my lord.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
I'm supposed to ask you about the jail.
Oh, the jail.
Yeah, Darren said to ask her about the jail.
So then I'm going to be a little shit and be like, which one?
Right? Because there's multiple.
No. Yeah, I was able to get up to, I'm gonna say this wrong, Darren, and I apologize, but the Washora County Jail Historical Society up there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that February? Sure, we'll say February.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yes, it was February. Okay. It was the first jail that held Ed Gein when he was picked up for murder. And then the officials discovered what all he'd been up to in the decade plus he'd been living out on his farm by himself. Mm-hmm. And that place is absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, if anybody who knows me knows that I am such a history geek that I can't help it. I will read everything. Mm-hmm. And it's not just Ed. Yes, Ed is the headliner because obviously, you know, he was the real life inspiration behind Leatherface and, you know, Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs and Norman Bates, right? Mm-hmm. But, you know, the other people who occupied those cells and, you know, the other things that happened in that town, there's just layers there and it's fascinating. Mm-hmm. So I highly recommend that if anybody who is interested in history, who wants to immerse themselves in the jail-like experience, maybe doesn't have to go to Ohio State Reformatory or, you know, Missouri State Penn, if that's just completely, if that's not feasible for you, which it's not for everyone, definitely check that place out because it is wonderful. Yeah. One of the things that is in Ed's cell is they have a glass case with some of the rifles from the farm and one of Mr. Gein's knives.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, every once in a while I get around an object and I get incredibly, incredibly nauseous, and that's one of them. Supreme discomfort being around that. I mean, it's very well used and worn. And then later in our investigation, I was with Kelly and Chris. They were going live. I don't know if, you know, if people follow Traveler's Moon, they've probably seen parts of what they've put out on TikTok and their various social media channels. But Darren unlocked the glass case. And the second those doors opened, there was such a rush of energy that came out of there. Everything changed. The hair stood up on your arms. The equipment started going crazy. It was a moment.
Oh, I bet.
And you're just kind of like, yeah, we can close those and lock those. I mean, this was really cool.
Sign me up. Hello?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, my mom just tried calling.
Oh.
With her back once we conclude this. She's leaving for Europe tomorrow, so that's probably
Oh, wow.
Off on another travel extravaganza.
Oh man, nice.
Yeah, definitely check that place out. It is phenomenal. I can't go back there. So Darren, expect a phone call or a message or something.
Yeah, we still have yet to make it up there. I don't know how I would react to that knife.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And I'm nervous about that for you.
Yeah. I don't know.
She's been pretty good lately. I haven't had to speed dial anybody lately.
Yeah.
She's been good.
I've been good. But it would be interesting to see what kind of, what I would pick up off of that, the energy.
Yeah. It's when you look at the whole story with Mr. Geen through the 2024 lens, you just, he did awful things, but you just kind of feel a little sorry for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So much mental illness there.
Yeah.
And he really was born with zero chance in life.
Mm-hmm.
That you can't excuse what he did, but at the same time, you're empathetic towards him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and they have a full size cutout of him in the jail cell, and you're just kind of like, ugh, okay.
Oh wow, okay, all right. Gosh, that wouldn't freak you out walking through there in the dark.
No, not at all.
What is up with everybody having either cardboard cutouts, mannequins, or creepy ass dolls in locations? Like, is that
mannequins?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Granger is full of mannequins.
I know.
And one of them, their eyelashes move.
Yeah, that one on the bed, that one that's sitting all crisscrossed.
And that was the same one that had the cat toy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't know what it is about that kind of stuff, but we tend to get a lot of activity with those. I'm just waiting for something like that to come crawling at us or something.
I was that out in the universe. Thank you. So
I keep saying it.
You heard it here first. Allison's fault.
Yeah. I keep saying it because I really actually want it to happen. Like, I think that would be, I'd probably pee my pants, but at the same time, I'd be like, oh my God, this is so cool. Like, what just happened? But I'd be terrified.
Oh, now you're in trouble.
Have you not heard Kelly's story from Malvern?
Now you're in trouble.
What was that, April?
Have you not heard of Kelly's story from Malvern?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
crawler? Yep.
I would not be okay with that.
Oh, geez. Darren said next time he's going to lock you in a cell. As a new experiment.
Like that's a threat.
April's saying bring it, so just lock her in there. Lock her in there.
Yeah, I'll
with
bring
the
a pillow
cardboard
and make myself comfy.
Oh my lord, oh my lord. So, do you have a bucket list location that you want to go on?
Oh, I have 100.
100. You don't have 101?
God. I mean, I want to go to Trans-Allegheny. Old, well, I want to do an overnight at Ohio State Reformatory. I just did the day tour there. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many places.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything out west, and then, Europe.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's just too many to pick from. Waverly Hills, absolutely.
Mm. Yeah, I have not been there yet. I'd like to go there. I know.
Keener.
I know. That's a place I'd like to get there. One of these days I will.
I'd like to go back because that place was so big. We didn't even cover half.
Oh, no. Yeah.
We might have covered a third of a third.
And that's another place that, the true history of it has gotten so twisted over the years.
Mm-hmm.
That even though it looks big, bad, and scary now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when it was actually built, it was state of the art, and there was a waiting list to get in there.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you know, me bringing my history minor to all of it, me and my like insatiable, like, oh, I need to read about this now.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be in there and to walk those halls and, yeah, Waverly's at the top. I mean,
Oh, yeah. That would be interesting to do. Like, what was it? That little, was it the death shoot or something? Or what is
The
it?
death, where they took the dead bodies down. The dead shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris and Dustin and Dana and Reese all went to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were coming up. Well, Chris decided he was going to go back down. So he went back down. He only made it halfway, and he goes, nope, 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 and ran all the way up. I don't know what he saw. But he wasn't going any farther.
Yeah. That would be interesting to do. You know, I've always wanted to be in a place where they have like a morgue and I could like lay in one of the, you know, where they put you in and out, the little freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that at Waverly.
I would like to do that and see what happens.
They got an autopsy table too.
Mm-hmm.
Laying right next to where they put you in the freezer. So,
interesting.
you can lay on either one.
Interesting.
And after we do that, I'm going to have 3 phones on speed dial and all my crystals and everything else. And
oh my gosh.
and some cleansing spray and some white candles.
And I'm going to find a spongy thing that looks like my crystals so I can hand it to her. Then when it gets thrown at me, it won't hurt.
I had no idea that I did that.
Oh, yeah.
Darren wants me to lay on the embalming table at Broadhead Manor. I'd do
Only
it.
if it's nut support. Then you're going to get the full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Embalming isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, no.
Granted, I grew up in a funeral home, so.
Right, yeah, exactly. So you're like the girl from My Girl.
I had a favorite casket, okay, growing up. It was lovely.
You what?
I had a favorite casket in the casket room growing up.
Oh, my Lord.
It was white with pink lining, and then it had cherry blossom flowers on the outside. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. But I wouldn't think that, you know, at a young age, you'd be like, oh, this casket's really pretty. I love it. Like, I don't know. April, I don't know if I would be thinking the same thing, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah, you grow up around it. It's totally different.
That's true. I get that.
Not all kids just, you know, ride around in a hearse or no.
Yeah.
Me. Okay.
Darren's like, there's been 250 bodies on it. Okay. Oh, Darren said sometime in the fall the garage at the jail will be available to investigate.
Ooh.
That might be interesting.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see if Darren pops in with any questions or anything.
He's our question guy.
I actually did not prepare any questions for today. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to wing it. Because a lot of times I'll type up questions or whatever. Nah, we're just going to wing it.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. We like to wing it every now and then, you know. Do you have any expos or anything that you got coming up that you're going to be taking part in?
The next one is the Cedar Rapids Expo that Kelly and Chris are putting on in July. And it's actually going to be out at the Palo. I think it's the Palo Community Center.
Yep. Okay, so where they had it last year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That was a pretty neat place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't bad. We stopped there before we were in Granger.
Edinburgh with her.
Right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Couldn't remember. Oh my gosh.
Edinburgh with her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well. Seeing, I don't think he has any questions.
All right.
So, hey, wow. Imagine that. Well, do you have any questions or anything, Kim, or anything that we haven't covered that you'd like to discuss?
No, I think we covered pretty much stuff that we never covered before with her.
Yeah. Do you have an email or anything that you prefer people to get a hold of you if they're interested in doing like the women's club?
Yeah. You can message the Ravenrose Paranormal Facebook page. We're also on Instagram, so you can message there. Or my email address is boji1979@gmail.com. And just go ahead and put in there that you're interested in the Cedar Falls Women's Club. Otherwise, I'll think it's spam and not answer you. All in it like it is. And we'll try to get something worked out and put on the calendar for that.
Awesome. Now, is there like a cap, like the price is good for so many people, or?
It's $300 regardless. Or if you go over 10 people, it's $30 per person. So, but I wouldn't go over 10 people.
Right.
And
no.
It's pretty open. Mm-hmm. I mean, it is old Victorian mansion, but it has an auditorium on it, and it's not that big of a location.
No.
Right, yeah.
It echoes real.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. So just, between all of us, I wouldn't do over 10 people.
Oh, yeah. 10 would be plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty, because otherwise then you gotta worry about.
Unless it's a big group of people who've never done this before and really just kind of want to get their feet wet.
Right.
But if you're a serious investigator and that's really knuckle down and do events and things like that, then I would not go over 10.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I would not either. All right. Well, I guess we will just kind of wrap things up here, but I'd just like to thank everybody who was in chat tonight. Thank you to everybody who was not in chat but listening. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you tune in next Thursday. I have another recurring guest. She'll be on, Diana Mary. We had talked about her book last time, but this time we're going to be talking about reincarnation, so check that out next Thursday. And thank you, April from Ravenrose Paranormal, for being on the show. It's always a pleasure talking to you, and I guess I'll be seeing you next month. Surprise, 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 surprise. I'm gonna have to put it on my calendar, and I'll need the deets so I know what I'm gearing up here for. I've just been with prom, graduation, all that jazz.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because I'm starting to get all that stuff done for next year, so I'm trying to get stuff done ahead of time instead of waiting until last minute like we did with Kinsey. So, anyways, thank you everybody, and thank you April for being on. And like I said, make sure to tune in next Thursday for Diana Mary on reincarnation. Until next time, peace out.
Having a life scholarship and being able to afford to go to college made me feel inspired to go.
When I got a life scholarship, it was such a relief.
I knew that I wanted to have an impact. Having a life scholarship through the SC Education Lottery was huge. It gave me the opportunity to make that impact right here at home.
The South Carolina Education Lottery. A better you, a better us, a better South Carolina. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. Funny thing about being fast, you end up waiting a lot. First to show up, first in line, then just waiting. Me, I rev up Chumba Casino. With over 200 social casino games, no slow lanes here. Why sit around when you can spin? I'm already racing. Your turn. Play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.